Check it out, here is the workshop in its Christmas glory. We even put some Christmas lights on the case, so that's really awesome. And yeah, it's Christmas. It's dark outside as always, and yeah, tomorrow it's New Year's Eve, so it's time to do a Christmas special. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is 3 years on YouTube, and my name is Isak with OK, and yeah, quite a difference from last year when we did the 2 years on YouTube in my tiny garage and no machines behind me or anything. It was just me really close to the camera because that was everything we had room for. And as you can see, the giveaway for 10,000 subscribers is behind me here somewhere. And if you remember from last year, it was a RC controlled mini excavator, or RC controlled excavator, it would be correct. And yeah, I finally hit the 10,000 subscribers, so I'm giving it away, and I will ship it worldwide as long as it's possible. So everyone in the whole world almost can participate in that. I don't know, there can be some limits of where I can send something, but most likely I could send it wherever in the world. I hope. Probably not North Pole or something, but I don't think anyone in North Pole is watching me and my Minimachines. So I thought for the 3-year anniversary of my YouTube channel I would do one of the requested video I got, and that is to do a video a little bit about my machines. So I thought since we have the room inside with all the machines, I can just start with my first one, the little Kubota, and work our way up. Look a little bit on the machines, a little bit what we need to do with them, and a little bit background story on them, just for fun. And this is probably a video more for the guys that have followed this channel a while and are interested in a little bit of the background story about everything. So I think we will do that. And for my Minimachines company, as you know, I had last year when we did the 2 years, I had another job that I quit this spring, and now I'm just doing this full time. I actually have one employee. He will meet a little bit later, not in this video, but another video. We have filmed a little bit this fall, and yeah, it's going really great. We had an awesome year, a lot of work, and almost a little bit too much, but hey, can't complain about that. And next year already looks great, so that's awesome. Now it's, yeah, New Year's, it's snow outside, so we are doing snow clearing jobs. We have some contracts on snow clearing, so that's pretty great. We will get a little bit later on, or later this year, we will have probably a few videos about that. Right now I'm trying to catch up a little bit about videos around that I filmed this summer and haven't had time to edit or anything. It's been a busy season, for saying it like that. But hopefully now I can start to get a little bit more time for doing my YouTube videos and stuff like that. So with no further ado, let's just get the Kubota out here and take a look at it, and yeah, work our way up from there. Alright, so behind me here is the little Kubota, and this is the machine that started everything in 2015. My first excavator, and let's just say, up here in northern Norway there is a lot of rock, especially this town. Everywhere you go it's rocks, and I was so sick and tired of home hitting the shovel down to the ground and cling, you would hit a stone or something. So I got so tired about it, I got this excavator. And as we can see, it's not in its best shape right now. It's getting old, that's for sure. It has almost 3,000 hours, and we just finished the basement job and took it in, and then we could see it was almost cracked all the way around here on the stick. So I've taken it off now because I'm putting it in the press and pressing it back together, welding it, and yeah, just fixing it up again. I have ordered all the bolts and bushings for every position on the excavation arm, from the connection here and all the way to the front, everything. So that will be really great. And yeah, I think we can make the Kubota great again. So this Kubota, I'm not sure about what the year is, but I got it in 2015. It had 800 hours on it then, and it's now 3,000 hours. I rent it out. I use it mostly where I can't get with the other machines, and yeah, it's an awesome little machine. It has tons of power. I think this one can turn itself around if you let it. It can flip itself on its head. because it's so powerful for being so little. The rocks this one can handle, it's amazing. But of course, that's also probably why it's starting to get a little bit tired, I guess, because it have handled a lot of rocks. So what is the problem with this one now? Yeah, you can see this. The radiator is leaking, and we have a hydraulic leak on the hose going here. So that is what is needed to be fixed on this one, and after that it should probably be pretty great. There is some slack in the turn, as you can see, and I tried to take it up and make it more tight, but there was no adjustment on it. So and we probably need a new seat on it. And I actually broke this under the excavation in the basement. A metal rod came up and just punctured this one, so that one is also on its way new. There will for sure be a video of me fixing up this machine, that's no doubt about it. Another thing I thought I would do is in the description down below I will put links for videos that are about the machine I'm talking about. So for the Kubota there is a lot of videos. There are services, there are changing out the seals in the pistons, and yeah, a lot of videos. I think actually, yeah, I think it's the Kubota I did the rollers on, changed the bearings in them and everything. So yeah, go check the description if you want to see it. And when I got this little excavator, my plan was just to rent it out and use it for whatever I needed it at home. But then more and more people were starting to ask me if I could come and do the excavation and everything. And yeah, that led to me doing more excavation with this little machine. Afterwards, I had started to do a little bit more excavation with this machine. I figured out it's really difficult to go, because you're getting everywhere with this little machine, but you ain't getting the dirt out of there. That's really trouble. So next machine I bought was the little Hinowa tracked mini dumper. So here is my tracked mini dumper, the Hinowa HS1100, I think it is. And yeah, it's pretty great little machine, perfect combination with little Kubota, gets in the buildings, only 75 centimeters wide on its narrowest like it's now. We haven't cleaned it, shame on us, since we got it in from the basement job right now. It's a little bit hurt, this one also. The engine is not running really good. I'm actually on engine number 3 on this one. So it's smoking and not a lot of power. Something is wrong there, so I think we are just changing out the engine for a new one. I think it's something like $400 or something for a new engine for this one, so it's just easier to change it out. I just noticed it now that the track is ruined, so we need new tracks. When the wires are poking out like this, it has lost its tension, and you can actually see it because the track is bowing out this way. So this tracked mini dumper I bought on an auction site, and it has been used. It had been used inside mines, copper mines, in the other end of our county. So it was on auction, and I actually was watching this one, and at the end it was starting to get expensive. I had only had one summer with my little Kubota when I bought this one, and it was like I was discussing with my brother how high should I go, and today this one was really cheap, and it was a day drive from here, so it was quite a distance, but still my brother was like, just go for it, nothing to lose. And it was listed with a broken engine and maybe missing parts and stuff like that, so we went over there, we got it with a forklift on the trailer and took it home, and I got the engine running, but it was missing the airbox and yeah, a little bit here and there. But the worst part was the extension of the tracks. You can widen it. It was so stuck. Me and my friend used, I think, a week in my garage trying to free it with hammers and hydraulic jacks and everything just to get it out, because the fine dust inside the copper mine had gotten in there and was like the strongest glue you could ever get. Originally, this one comes with a Honda engine, 13 horsepower. Now I'm running a 15 horsepower China copy of that. As mentioned, $400 for a new engine. It's just throw it in there and throw the other one away. The engines last a year, 1.5, something like that. So this one I also had since late 2015, and so the little tracked mini dumper is a great little machine. I think I paid like 28,000 crowns for it, or 2,800 bucks or something like that. And that's not much. You can't find a machine for that price today. So I changed out the tracks a couple of times, the engines a couple of times. I changed out the sprockets this year, and that's actually a funny video because of course in the middle of the summer I hadn't ordered new ones, and I knew they were going out, and the bearings in the rollers and everything, and yeah, my lift over there is the same undercarriage on. So that's another video. I will post it sometime, and then you will see. It's pretty funny, I think, but who knows. Anyways, great little machine, perfect combination with the little Kubota. I had this one for years, and then I bought a blue Yanmar tracked mini dumper, as you have seen on the channel a couple of times earlier. It's home now under the snow. It has a leak on the fuel pump or stuff like that, so plan is if we get time we will take it down here and fix it up, but we don't use it very much because it's noisy, it's smoking, and yeah, it's not a very pleasant machine to use. So plans for the tracked mini dumper is changing out the engine, and rollers are pretty new actually, so that's nothing to do about, but yeah, just changing out the engine and get it to run perfectly. I don't think I will film that because I've done it so many times, and yeah, who knows, we'll see. And with the Hinowa tracked mini dumper and the little Kubota, I was starting to get a little bit more work, and yeah, sitting on the little Kubota all the time in freezing weather and whatever we don't have up here, and it was a little bit small for some of the jobs I was getting asked to do. So with that, I actually went ahead and bought the Terex. So here is my Terex TC25, and this has really been my moneymaker. This one changed everything. This one I got after the Hinowa, and yeah, it's a 2.5 tonner or 2.6, and it's about the biggest thing I can pull with my trailer or behind my SUV here in Norway. So that's the reason why I went with this machine size. I thought it's just as good just go with the bigger thing I can tow behind my car. This also meant I had to buy a new car, but yeah, who's talking about that? So this one you have seen a lot in my videos. We have built a tilt rotator for it. We have installed a Encon tilt rotator on it, and yeah, as you can see now, it's got a big tilting bucket, and yeah, this has really been an awesome machine. It's really powerful, it's really nice to drive, you are sitting pretty good in it. This dashboard with the switches and the displays and everything, I actually built for it myself the first year I had it. And one of the things, there is a video, I'll link it down the description. This is something I made for it also, and that's a XY sensor. So I installed a XY sensor on the bucket, so I could see when my bucket was level this way, since you can tilt it, and when it was level this way, so I could grade more efficient with it. Else, this one, it's not much we need to do with it. It's just pretty great like it is. Need to change our temp sensor for the engine. That has been a little bit of a problem. I did the track tensioner on the other side earlier this year, and I actually did it once before, and I thought it was broken again, but it shows now that it's leaking out of the bolt that is going in with the grease zerk. So I have to investigate that, because you can see this track is hanging a little bit. Else with this machine, it has just been changing out hoses a few times only, and yeah, it just it runs no matter what, almost. One of the things I've done with this machine is installing a lot of lights on it, and that is just so awesome, because it is lighting up everything around it. It's so nice to work with when you have all these lights lighting up everything, and that is something we will do with the case, because that's our main machine right now, and yeah, this is really great with all these lights. So since the tilt rotator build for this one, standing here, failed, I had to go out and buy a new bucket for it, and this is 50 liters more than the old one that is there, and yeah, it's a bit big for the machine, but when we use it ourselves, it's no problem. We can handle it. It's just you don't want to extend the arm a little bit too far and going out on the side. It's actually the same thing as when I had the Encon tilt rotator on it. It's a little bit heavy out on the side, but works great. It's loading the tractor really quick, so that's just great. It got new tracks this year, so they are a little bit wider, so they are really great. And yeah, else it's not much to say about the Terex, but for the Terex there is not much to do. We will paint it up and just make it look a little bit more pretty during the winter, since we have this indoor storage with heat. We can do that now, so that's really great. Don't have to take it out of production or anything during the summer. I am actually renting this machine out right now, since we are not using it all the time, but for the summer we have to see if everything lines up. We will probably need it for doing all our own work. So the Terex I never rented out before, this year actually. And one of the questions I got sometimes was if I wanted to rent it out, because they thought the little Kubota was a little bit too small. And I could see that, and it's like the same as for me. It was not that nice sitting on it in the rain excavating. So with that, I thought, okay, I need to buy a middle-sized machine between these two and just get, yeah, for renting out and for using when this one doesn't fit. And with that, I bought this Kobelco mini excavator. So the Kobelco is actually a great little machine. It's a 1.8 tons machine. It got a tilt connection, so it can tilt 180 degrees. It's pretty awesome. You can put the bucket straight up, or it could do that, because as you can see on it, it have had a hard life so far. There's a lot of dents and missing paint and yeah, stuff like that. But this machine has mainly been rented out, and that shows. So, but actually, the biggest things with it right now, but as you can see, it has a few holes in it actually. And we did this actually ourselves on the last job we had it out. It's just a couple of weeks ago. We were in a bit of a hurry, so we actually took the door, the side window and the back window in one go, because the door was open and the ground gave away, so the machine fell against a ladder that was on the wall on the house. And it's actually a terrible design on this little machine here, because the two windows meets here on the corner. So this is where the ladder hit, and it took out this window, and the door that was open. So we just put some plastic on the back window, and the plexiglass I had lying around from earlier when the door had been broken, I took them so we could put that on and just continue the job. So the windows we will not be doing ourselves. We have used our insurance on it, and they will fix it for us. So they have ordered in windows for both the door and the side and the back window, so they will fix everything there. We will this winter paint it, make it look a bit prettier again, because it's starting to look a little bit shabby. Yeah, there was a light here before, but someone rented it and broke it off, and yeah, the wires are here. You can see this one is pretty banged up. This connection had to be done again, because someone put a rock against it and pulled it off. And when the shop that did fix it, I think they fixed it a little bit bad, because they have got some metal shavings or something in this cylinder, because it's leaking pretty bad internally now. So if you park the machine like this, it's just a half an hour and the bucket will probably be in the ground. But it's no problem for using it. That's no problem. The Kobelco has an awesome heater. It's like hot instantly in here. So it's probably electric and with coolant or something like that. So that's pretty great. There's a bit of glass in here right now. It's not a very strong machine, but it's, I don't know how to say it. It's slowly strong. Not like the little Kubota. That one is really powerful instantly. But this one is more slowly strong. If you've seen the video where I sent it with a boat out to island, where I pulled down a big rock wall with it, with really big rocks. This one did it pretty good, so that was pretty amazing. So this one I have used out on the island. We sent it there with a boat. We had to lift it with a crane and everything. It was a pretty great video, so you should check the links in the description for that. I made these connection ears here. It's just so when it goes on the trailer, you're hooking 2 chains on each side there and driving until they are tight. That's just for making everything more and so as simple as possible for the people renting it. And when we were doing the excavation now, where the windows broke, this is pretty great. So the connection here, it's the connection that goes into this block. I haven't checked yet what this block will cost new, but my plan is either to make new threads, go up a dim and make new threads in it, or just weld this little adapter in here in this block. So what we had to do was just close off the tilt right here and make a brace so it wouldn't tilt too much on its own. So this actually worked pretty good. We had one on the other side also, but it broke off, so my welds wasn't probably that good. So that's also something we need to fix this winter. So I'm guessing we will make a little bit of videos of painting the machines and stuff like that, but this will be a video for sure. I think it's a little bit interesting, and maybe we'll put some more lights on it and stuff like that. So with this Kobelco, I was pretty set. I had the Terex, I had the little Kubota, I had the Hinowa, and yeah, I didn't need much more, or I couldn't pull anything bigger with my car than the Terex, so that stopped itself. But what I did then was I bought a new tractor. I will put a link for the tractor video down in the description. And I bought a trailer for the tractor, put a link for that also down in the description. I will not do a video of them right today because I don't have time for it. The trailer is parked down there and the tractor is with snow clearing equipment on and stuff like that. So, but when I had the tractor and the trailer, I could suddenly pull a lot more weight behind me, and that resulted in the case. I could go and buy a 5-ton excavator and transport it myself with the tractor and the trailer. So that was really great. I do have a truck from before, an old Mercedes truck. It can load a little bit less than my tractor trailer. But the problem is I don't have the license to drive it. And that was also always a problem, getting someone to drive the truck when I had time to work in the afternoons and stuff like that. Not everyone is into that. So that's why I bought the tractor trailer, and yeah, so that's a short story of that thing. But that led me to the case that I also could buy then. So let's get that one out. So this is my 5-ton case, and this is now the workhorse of the company, where the Terex in the beginning was the workhorse. Now it's this guy. If we have room, this is what we are using. One thing is the difference between the 2.5-ton and the 5-ton is the reach. The reach is the great thing. It's a lot easier to load the trailer on the tractor. You are reaching dirt a lot longer away and you are going deeper. And then you have the next thing. The bucket on this one is 240 liters. The normally bucket for the excavation bucket for the Terex is 150 liter. And if you've seen the excavation bucket that I painted and everything for the case, that one is 300 liters, so that's twice the size. But the 300 liter bucket for this one is not good to use with the tilt rotator. It gets too heavy then, but without the tilt rotator it is pretty great. So the case is working pretty good. There is not much wrong with it, or there is nothing wrong with it. But there are a few upgrades we want to do. As mentioned when I had the Terex out, the lights on the Terex is just awesome. And up here it's a lot of dark in the fall and stuff like that, so you need work lights. Right now we have only 2 there and 1 there and 1 going back, so that's way too little for my standard. So we need to put a lot of LED lights on it. Christmas lights doesn't count, that's just for decoration. So that is one thing we're doing this winter, so I will try and film that, and if I have the time for it, I will try and make a console or a dashboard like I did in the Terex in here, because as we can see there is no buttons or stuff like that in the front here. For turning on the wiper and everything we have to go back here, and that's really terrible when you are driving. So that is something we will try and do something with. The other thing, so the biggest problem we are having with the case is they have changed out the joysticks for using the tilt rotator and everything, and that made it pretty terrible, because if you can see when I'm sitting normally my hands are tilting down for grabbing the joysticks, So I would like it to be up here. That would give me a much better feel for sitting here. Right now, when you're sitting here a couple of hours a day, you're getting tired in your arms for sitting down, because if I'm pushing out, I have to go down there. I normally would just like to go a little bit up here instead. Same here, and pulling back, it's, I don't know, something is wrong with it. It's not comfortable to work with. So I think we will try and just lift this part, straighten the joysticks a little bit up this way, and lift this part, make something here to make it higher, so it will go in the hand up here, and then you will have a lot better for working. You can use the armrests. Right now it's more like you are almost putting your hand down there and or freely holding it, and when you're grading it's really hard to freely hold it because the machine is moving and you're getting movements you don't want. And it's something you will see in all my machines, and they are pretty great cellular phone holders. So when you are having a phone, just put it in like this, and then you have it inside. For me that have all my business stuff on the phone, it's really great to have it. I can see if customers want to get a hold of me, or someone that want to do business with me, or yeah, anyways, I get all my information on the phone. So we have that in all the machines that we are using. Tractor, this one, Terex, yeah, no, I think even more. So that's the plan for the case, I think. The case also has a 2D excavation system, so you can see the holders for the sensors are here. They are wireless. I have a video of it. There is a link. Then I had it on the Terex, and we can actually move this over to the Terex really easily. It's just to move the holders and use the screws that are here and mount them. So the 2D system is a dig pilot system, works really great. Makes life a lot easier when you are, for example, excavation a lot for a new building or something like that, or a big flat area. And it's, yeah, go check out the video, you'll see more about it. And we do also have a central lubrication system on this. So in here is the grease, there is a pump, it's pumping it over to this block here. And this block, there is a block down there also. But from here, one hose is going to every joint on the excavator. So you can see here, the hose is coming and it's connected up here. And with the pump back there, it's greasing this joint and every other joint. The only joint it's not greasing is the blade and the turn engine. And you can see here, this little pin, when the pump is working or running, it is pushing the pin out. So you can watch it from inside the cab and see that everything is working. And right now we have the pump set for, I think it's something like you are adjusting how many revolutions and how often it should go. So I think this one is running every 2 hours, some number of revolutions. Yeah, and for the case, it is actually, yeah, I don't know, except the joysticks that are not comfortable to use, this is everything I look for in a machine. It has the reach, it has the power, and it has the tilt rotator, the central lubrication system. That is stuff that you do want. And it has the S40 connection, if you haven't seen the video where we build it over for this. So right now we just need to fix the joysticks and this machine will be just awesome. So when I got the case excavator, I suddenly had a problem. The little Hinowa tracked mini dumper wasn't big enough anymore. So that resulted in this behemoth of a tracked mini dumper. This one is really big. I still can't pronounce its name, but it's Big Blue something. And yeah, it's Italian. It's a really great machine, powerful. It have moved a ton of dirt this summer. So it's really awesome. I really enjoy the self-loading, because then you don't need the excavator down in the street when you're getting the gravel. The excavator can be up, putting everything out, makes everything a lot easier. But there are stuff we are doing with this winter, because it has one big design flaw, and that is the ignition and the buttons and everything. It freezes. So this fall we have used a lot of time towing everything out to get it starting and running and stuff like that. So that's really annoying. So the plan is to take the key start and the display and the electronics that are in this armrest and put it in here. So we remove this lid or something like that and put everything under this cover, because right now everything is, take the key out, it's raining, the moisture is getting down here. When you're getting back to put the key down, it won't work. If it's frost outside, there are some moisture in there, the key doesn't work, it won't turn over, you have to get the heat gun and heat it and stuff like that. Just terrible design. Some of the relays down in here doesn't like the cold. You have to see if we can do something about that. Yeah, so for a summer machine it's awesome. For a winter machine, not so good. So that's a bit problematic for us, because when we are doing full-time excavation, we also need to do this in the fall when the snow is getting here, when the frost is here. So as you can see, I have a video coming up a bit later with this one and this one in snow doing excavation, where we are using a little bit time starting this one. We have installed a little bit more lights on it, and we will do a little bit more even actually, so we get a little bit more lights on this one also. And I would like a quick coupling for the bucket or something, because the bucket can be a little bit in the way when you are side tipping in against the wall, because when you're tipping all the way up, the bucket is hitting the wall before you are getting close enough. So that would have been great, but yeah, it is what it is. You can't get everything. And then again, but that's mostly when we are backfilling with this machine. Normally we are just tipping either on the ground and putting it back with the tilt rotator, just laying it against the wall when we are doing drainage, or we are tipping into the bucket. That is also working pretty good. So that's this guy. I guess there will be a video if we are removing everything into the front, and we need to do it, so that I will try and film, and we will do a service on it as well. It has 250 hours now on it, so it's practical, brand new. Case has a little bit over 1,000. Terex has 2,000 hours, I think. Kobelco 1,600 hours. Kubota 3,000 hours. Hinowa, who knows? And I guess you would think that it was the excavators that started my YouTube channel for 3 years ago, but actually it's not. It's actually this little red guy right here. That one started everything. Oh, at my day job I had then, I had a younger guy working there, same job as I had, and we was talking over the coffee and just discussing a little bit about YouTube and everything. And I had just made an ad video for the snowblower for my company and posted it on my YouTube channel. First video ever, just showing a little bit what could the snowblower do. And we were talking a little bit about this and a little bit about YouTube and stuff like that. And then the question came up, you know, the fireworks that just stays on the ground and doesn't fly up, just squirts around and stuff like that. The question came up, if you're driving that through the snowblower, will it then go up in the air and explode? So after talking about this at work and getting home, it was like, yeah, why not? Let's make a video about that. Because in my earlier jobs, I did a little bit of video editing and stuff like that, and it was pretty fun. So when I did the ad video for the snowblower, that got everything back a little bit, and I wanted to start with that again. And then, yeah, so my first video was, can you make fireworks fly into the air with a snowblower? If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. We'll link it down in the description. And it was not a success. And my plan was actually just to make a video like that for every year. Every New Year's I would have that. So I actually saved fireworks year number 2 or 1 on YouTube, but I didn't get to it. So my first real YouTube video ever, the one with the snowblower and the fireworks, it actually has 3.8 thousand views, so 3,800 views. That's my first video. So and I remember how terrible it was to speak English first of all, because I was like, okay, if I'm starting with YouTube, I'm going all in, I'm going international and just doing it not in my main language but in English, so I can go worldwide. And worldwide it is. It's people from all over the world watching my videos of a middle-aged guy from northern Norway using his mini machines for doing excavation work and fixing them. So that's pretty amazing. So thank you everyone so much for all the subscribers, all the views, everything. You are the guys that are making this channel possible, because let's just realize that if it was only me watching the videos, it wouldn't be that much fun. So, and one of the things that are really awesome with YouTube videos and my viewers is there are no hate in the comments. There are just many great comments. That's also really awesome. And the little snowblower is actually the most viewed video. I don't know how many it is, 600,000 views, something like that on it, when it was stolen. So this is me rambling around about all my Minimachines that are in here. We still have the lift back in the corner here. We have some of the compactors that really need some work. And we have my project snowmobile. This is my dream snowmobile from when I was in school. I remember this one. That was what I wanted. And yeah, if you're interested, maybe I will make a little bit of video of it because it needs a little bit fixing. It's a fixer-upper or something like that. So the homemade tilt rotator, we will redo this winter, I promise. I hope so. We have the solution for it. If you haven't seen it, there is a whole playlist of this homemade tilt rotator. My new claw, because I sold the other claw I had and found out right afterwards I need a claw like this, so I had to buy a new one. Pulled up some trees. There is a video coming of it, and this happened. A new rock claw, you'll see that one in some retaining wall videos. My hydraulic breaker, this is really awesome hydraulic breaker. Let's see, which year is it from? It's from 2010, and I bet you there hasn't been touched one bolt on this one since it was brand new. And I used it for the little Kubota and for the Terex, and it's just great. But now it's badly needing a service. Some of the studs that are holding everything together has broken. And yeah, so we are servicing this. We have everything lying around for servicing it, so that will be pretty great, I think. Else, the workshop. Yeah, we haven't done much here. We put up some shelves. I have started to film a little bit, but we have done a little bit now and then. We didn't have time for everything. So the plan is a workbench with cabinets in this corner over there, and a workbench over this way, where we'll put these strollers under. Is the main plan. And if you have seen the videos of Alex Steele, blacksmith on YouTube, he has a grinding room. That's something I want, so this will become the grinding room. And yeah, else we have enough room for everything. That's just awesome. And I've done a little bit of 3D printing for hanging up tools. This is for the Ryobi batteries. This is for batteries for Milwaukee and the tools, so that's pretty great. This is really awesome. My daughter made this for me. It was much better before. It was windows and everything, but everything has went down. But this is supposed to look like the workshop. If you saw the beginning with the Christmas lights and the door and everything, and this is supposed to be me and an excavator here, and yeah, just a lot of cool stuff. So that was really awesome. And this is office / dining area. So, and back here we have okay, it's not organized at all. I would be lying if I said so. There is this one, small compactor, and we have some shelves in here, and yeah, store all the signs and fences and stuff we don't use much in the winter, and fans for indoor work. Yeah, tires and stuff in here, so nothing much. So here is the Dusty giveaway for 10,000 subscribers, and as you can see, it has been sitting for a while in my garage at home and now down here. So as I promised in the 2 years on YouTube video, I bought this for giving it away to one of you guys when I hit 10,000 subscribers. But it can't be too easy to get it. I will ship it worldwide as mentioned in the beginning. But if you want this one, write down in the comment where I got the tracked minidumper Hinowa from. What was it used for before? I told it when we looked at it, so just let me know what was this one used for before, or where was it used. If you have the correct answer down in the comments, I will just randomly pick one of you with random.org, site that will pick one, and yeah, one of you will win this one. It's not the greatest of RCs, not the most expensive one, but it's a little bit fun. It can excavate snow and light dirt, let's put it like that. But it does has working work lights and engine sound, horn, and you can run it without the horn as well. So, neat little machine. I will clean it up a little bit. I have the box for it and everything, so it will ship pretty okay. So, what about the machines we didn't look at today? I have my Bobcat. It is actually broken down. It's been for a year and a half, I think. One of the drive motors, the bearings in it went out, so probably because someone filled hydraulic oil on it, and it's supposed to be engine oil on the hydraulic system, so I guess that's what took the bearings, and it is on the to-do list to fix. The blue tracked mini dumper, not this one, but the size between the Yanmar that we did some videos about, that one has a leak from the fuel pump. Some bearings are wearing out in the undercarriage, so that's something we need to do. The cheapest wheel loader, if you haven't seen that video, and we got the cheapest wheel loader, if you haven't seen that video, that one I still got right outside. I actually use it a little bit this summer. You will see it in an upcoming video with a retaining wall, and yeah, it's what it is. It's a Chinese wheel loader, not something you go really far with, but it's okay for if you take it for what it is. Are we missing any more machines? Lift is over there, don't use it much, rent it out. Compactors, small machines, stuff like that. So that is the story about me, my Minimachines, how my YouTube channel started 3 years ago, and yeah, where we are now. So what's left to do? I hit 10,000, that was my goal. Should I just quit YouTube now and just do excavation business and yeah, do that? Nah, I don't think so. I'm doing the videos mostly because I think it's fun to do the videoing, and I think it's fun to do the editing, and yeah, one of the greatest things are all you guys and all your comments. That makes me laugh, lying on the couch, watching my phone on the comments and just laughing out loud, and my girlfriend looking at me like I'm stupid or something. That's funny. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, do I have any new goals? No, actually not. I don't think so. I think I will just continue to do what I do. I will make the videos when I have time for it. I will film the jobs I think are interesting, and the repairs I think are interesting and stuff like that. Just do what I want. I think that's the most important thing. I did see with the new blue mini dumper or big dumper, my title for that video was "It's bigger than you thought." Actually, that is the video I have with most women viewing it. So that's pretty fun. Normally it's something like 0.1% women that watch my videos. That one was, I think, almost 5%, so that's a little bit funny. But and for my company, well, who knows where that will end, but right now I think I'm happy as a small company. We are a few employees, just me and one other guy. A few more in the summer probably we will have, and I think that works out pretty great. We are doing snow clearing jobs, not the really big ones, but we have some contracts this year, and the excavation we are doing mainly for private property and stuff like that. We had one really big job for a company here this year. It was just awesome, but that is not what we are planning on doing. There are other companies that are doing that, and there are not many companies doing what we do. So that's pretty great. We don't have too much competition about it neither. So I think we will try and stay somewhere around where we are now. And yeah, for the future, who knows? Maybe we next year are sitting here with 100,000 subscribers, who knows? I don't. And so that's it for 3 years on YouTube story time for all my machines in here, and giveaway for 10,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Click the subscribe button if you want to. Do click the like button, that helps the video out and doesn't cost you anything. So that's really great. And yeah, I'll see you next year.